show you how to clean the salt cocoon in the halogenerator. First, we're going to remove the center wood panel. Make sure before you do anything you turn the power off. And then we're going to disconnect the power cord from the halogenerator and lift that out. There are a few tools that will make your job a lot easier. The first is an Allen wrench. The second is a Phillips screwdriver. And the third is a toothbrush. Now, if it's during normal business hours and you're not able to run a vacuum cleaner, I would recommend just getting a simple dustpan and dust brush. But for me, the easiest way to clean it is using a vacuum cleaner with a hose and a brush attachment. One of the first things we did when we got our halogenerator is we used an Allen wrench and we removed the 4 screws at the base of the halogenerator. Once you take that base off, I went in and I put 2 screws coming through the fan guard with wing nuts. It just makes it a lot easier to remove that fan guard versus unscrewing the screws each time. There are 3 parts to the halogenerator that we're going to work on cleaning. The first is the feeder, which sits up top. When you pick up the feeder, grab it by the main part of it. Don't grab by the hopper because you can damage the hopper. Remove the spiral guard and pull out the spiral. Sometimes the spiral will get stuck in there because of the salt. One of the easiest ways that I've found to remove it is just give it a tap inward and then it should remove by pulling it out. Use the toothbrush to clean the spiral. And you can also use the toothbrush to clean inside the generator and inside the pipe. Be very gentle, these are delicate parts. And then use the vacuum hose to clean the rest of it. Place the spiral back inside the groove and replace the spiral guard. Use the vacuum to clean the top of the generator and all of the sides. Next, we're going to clean the fan. Remove the wing nuts and the fan guard. Vacuum the fan guard. Some of the fans are screwed in, so you may have to use the Phillips screwdriver to unscrew the screws. But pull out the fan. Be very careful because there are very delicate wires that you don't want to pull off from the fan. I simply use a toothbrush and very gently I clean each of the blades. I clean the front of them and I clean the back of them using the toothbrush. And then I go around the inside rim, cleaning the remaining part of the fan. It's important to make sure you clean the fan. If salt builds up on the fan, eventually it'll become too heavy and the fan blades won't move. So you put a lot of strain on your motor. But use the vacuum hose and just dust off the remaining salt. Vacuum inside the fan area as well. And then what we're going to do is just replace the fan. Replace the fan guard. And replace the wing nuts. The other side of the fan is the mill. Inside the mill there's a cover. We're going to remove that mill cover by turning counterclockwise. Be very gentle when you're cleaning the mill because it's a very delicate part of the halogenerator. Vacuum off the mill cover and then use your vacuum to clean the air around the mill. I use a toothbrush and I go in around the mill and I just kind of loosen up the salt and I re-vacuum. And then I go in again, loosen up the salt and re-vacuum until that mill is completely clean. And then I replace the mill cover. On the feeder, there's a notch in the pipe. You want to make sure that notch is facing towards the fan. So when we place that feeder, the notch will go towards the fan. All right, looks good. We're going to replace this back in the bottom of the salt cocoon. When we put this down, this portion, not the fan, but the mill, is actually going to go up against the board. So we're going to place this down. There's a metal groove in there. You want to make sure that the generator is sitting inside of that. And here's the hole where the air is going to blow through. So when we place this back down, we're going to push that real close to the wood panel here. And then we'll reconnect the power, and the halogenerator is clean.